Hello, my name is Peter Parfit. Welcome to the new Brit workshop. I've received a challenge to demonstrate how accurate the Parf Guide system is at producing its array of 20mm holes on your custom Traxel cutting station or whatever. And the method that I've been challenged to use is the so-called 4-cut. It's sometimes also called the 5-cut method. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to film it in one shot. But it will not be cut. It will be the whole lot will be shown as one piece, and I'll put some identifying marks on the piece of wood I'm cutting to help you see that I'm not cheating. Now, this is my piece of wood. It's been used once before. This top edge with the red line is already cut straight, and I've got my reference straight edge here. From Lee Valley, by the way, it's a Veritas item, and I've put that on there and I can see no gaps, so I'm satisfied that that first edge is straight. And I'm going to now do 4 cuts. The first one will be down here, followed by turning the wood around and then doing there, turning around again and doing there, and finally ending up with a 4th cut which goes along here. And it's this piece of wood that gets cut off which is used to test the accuracy, and that final cut will amplify any error by a factor of 4. And as I said, I'm doing this as one take, and after each cut I'm going to put some sort of doodle on the cut edge so that it will become very clear if I've then gone back and recut an edge. This is a setup. I've got a pair of Parf dogs, they're screwed in from underneath, and I've got a pair of the smaller bench dogs. All of these are from Veritas, of course. And I've now got my test piece of wood, and it's against this edge for the first cut, and when eventually I come round, this will be the edge that gets the 4th and final cut. And as a bit of a belt and braces proof for you, I'm going to put that line there. And it's probably be very difficult for me to reproduce this to look exactly the same. But there we go. There's that line there, so that you will see that I'm not cheating. Anyway, so that will be on there. And my guide rail will go across here against the Parf dogs. My wood is against those bench dogs in that direction. And I'll do my cuts here with the Traxel. Now I'm going to do this in one take. And as soon as I've done the final cut, I'm going to measure the width at both ends of the final piece. Final cut. Oops. At that end it's 26.62, and at this end it is 26.96. A visitor arrived just as I'd finished, and so I had to go and watch the video to get those figures. The figures came to 26.96 and 26.62, making a difference of 0.34 millimetres. Now I must tell you, I've measured it again, and I'll put the photograph of this piece of paper with my two calipers, and one does get a little bit of variation because it's MDF. It really does depend how much you squeeze the trigger on the caliper, and so I have measured it and got lower figures, but the worst case is the ones I took at the beginning, where the difference was 0.34. Now what you now do is you divide that by the length of this piece of wood, and this piece of wood is 402 millimetres long. I need to show that. I'll do my best to line this up so you can see, and I hope that that is clear enough. Is it? I can't see. There we have 402 millimetres, and what you do is you divide the 0.34 by the 402, and then you divide it by 4, and then that gives you the ratio for an individual cut, and this comes to 0.000, that's 3 zeros, 21144. So 3 zeros and a 2 after the decimal point. I do accept that there will be some variation. Maybe if I repeated this right now, it might be very slightly different, but it's not going to be very different at all. And I'm going to keep these pieces of wood to one side for inspection at any time in the future, should it be necessary. I hope I've proved in this video that the UJK Parf Guide System can be used to deliver very accurate results indeed. And I hope someone looks up just what the significance of those figures were in terms of British standards or whatever. But that's the result I got. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.